All right, everybody loves a good leak, and hopefully this one's true because it'll just push the market. But I've seen this on a ton of things. There's been a ton of photos and speculations about it, but I just wanted to show you this. This is supposed to be an Xpedition competitor. As you can see, it's got the full roof line that goes all the way back the body, just like the Xpedition does. You can see the bars here that go all the way back. It looks to have, in this picture, now the other pictures I'm going to show you, it looks to have beadlock wheels for some reason in this. The other pictures do not look like beadlock wheels. Polaris's doesn't come with beadlock wheels. Hopefully this will come with beadlock wheels, but I doubt it will because their Z10 model doesn't, but there's a lot of similarities and stuff with this in comparison to that. Both of them in this photo look to be running the same tire, as you can see here. So hopefully this will come with a 30-inch tire just like the Xpedition. I absolutely love the front fascia, and I'm gonna guess that body line there is a LED bar, just judging by how it looks. It looks to have a stubby nose on it, so you can see well over the hood. Now on the Xpedition, you can't see that well over the hood, especially if you're going up and over in something. You basically just point and shoot and hope for the best. That's one of the things that I miss about the Defender, is that you could see really well over the nose. Also, this one's cab lines are a lot less, but this is not fully enclosed like the Xpedition is on mine. So I'm comparing the North Star Edition to this in my mind. Once they have to put windows and everything in there, obviously they're going to have roll up and down lines. This looks really narrow, just like the Xpedition does. In the seats on this, it looks like you've got some kind of really nice, kind of like a PRP seat. You can see the head wraps around the side and everything right there. And it looks to be a really nice seat to be from the factory. And this looks like it could be a trailing arm edition. So that would mean that it would have really good travel numbers in the rear compared to an A-arm setup. Now, this is not anything they've showed at the show yet. So hopefully this is something they've got coming out and it's in the works. I'm going to show you guys some more photos, and that way you can get another idea of what it looks like. So here's another one of it outside of a building. So this seems super legit to me, and we'll just zoom in here so you can see the body lines here a little bit more and how the windshield would be. It's got a hood scoop in this area. So once you look at it like this, the nose is pretty long, but it does have a dual stage shock with a piggyback reservoir. Be really cool if they had the live valve shocks. There's a Z10 sitting right in front of it. So I think they're gonna share the same tire. This one does look a little bit bigger. This looks like a 29, which is the same thing that's on their U10 Pro. So it's a possibility that this will share the same wheel and tire. Now, it is 5 lugged. You can see them here. So it's going to have the same automotive style hub. As far as the doors and everything, looks like automotive handles. And you can see right here the arm that looks like it's going up to the front, to the back. See it in that little area there where my pointer's at, right in here. So that's giving us an idea. Now, like I said, this isn't a full release on this, but this looks like it's going to be an Xpedition competitor. And right now there's nothing in the market that competes with the Xpedition. So if CFMoto was bringing this out, that would be really cool. As far as motor or horsepower or anything like that, I wouldn't think that it would have more horsepower than the Z10. And they seem to be putting that 3-cylinder in a lot of things. So I'm going to guess this is going to be somewhere between 95 and 140 horse if they put the turbocharged one in this, which would be excellent if they, you know, had the same motor as the Z10. The Expedition could use more horsepower. Now, in all honesty, when I've rode, I have never needed more horsepower in the Expedition, but I have not tried to do any major long hill climbs. I already know that I wouldn't want the Expedition in the desert. But back to this, you can see the cage in the back, how it's made just like the Expedition has that model, the ADV model. So you can see it in here. And all of this stuff, like I said, is not released, but it's got mirrors, no bumper yet. So I don't know what the bumper would look like, but it does have a nice shock package, and this seems to be extremely high up. So if it's a trailing arm, it'll probably have the same style shock as the Z10 does. So that would mean you would have a dual stage front and rear, and it would have a lot more travel. So like the Expedition, max travel was about 15 inches. And so this could have 17, 18 inches of travel in the rear, and you can see how the fender is laid there deeper. And we're going to show a picture of the back in a minute. So that means that this could swing up higher into that paneling. And this here, now whether this is rendering how it's going to be when it comes out, I don't know, but we've got another photo here that we'll look at. This is of it in the desert. And you know, you can see the tail lights. It's got a latched door. So very similar setup to what the Expedition is. But if this has a trailing arm and it has the same horsepower as the Z10 with that turbocharged 3-cylinder, it could be superior to the Expedition. One of the reasons, like I said, is you're going to have more suspension travel in the rear, and that'll give you a smoother ride. Now, if it comes with bead locks and all of the cool tech, like that big in-dash and then the instrument cluster from the Z10, all of that is going to be one thing that will put this into play to compete with the Expedition. And like I said, if you go to the CFMoto website, it's not on there. So maybe this is going to be a 2026 model, and there's just been a couple of leaked photos of it, and maybe they couldn't get it done in time, but we've got a lot to look forward to, and this is going to push the industry further up. So just something to think about. And, you know, I always like leaks. I love to sit there and ponder on them. So thought this would help you guys. If you got any questions or anything else, you can find photos, some on Facebook, but this is about it right now. As soon as I find other stuff, I will upload it and show you guys. Thanks for watching.